Drew University, we're a small private liberal arts school, about 1,800 students. We're in North Jersey, about 40 minutes from Manhattan. I coach the men and the women. Men's team have won 10 conference championships in a row. I'm told it's the third longest winning streak in the country. And the women won conference last year. Both teams made second round NCAA. As far as the school goes, I mean, it's a beautiful campus, it's great academics, next to Manhattan, so you've got all the good things that go with that. Well, D3, I mean, there's no athletic scholarship, so it's all about academics first. We have a little bit of a shorter season, we have less states of competition. Maybe the best part is that when it comes to other things that are part of college, like say you want to study abroad, I mean, at most D3 schools, that's not a problem. And from what I'm told, at a lot of D1 programs, it is a problem. When it comes to, say, student teaching and internships, study abroad, those kind of things, is difficult in a D1 or a D2 setting when, especially if you're on scholarship, it's a lot of times it's athletics first, and academics do have to take a back seat sometimes. And with D3, that's not the case. At most schools, I think that answer is yes. I mean, at our school, I do have some, a sphere of influence is probably the best way to put it, to be an advocate for a student that might not have the grades that, the university is looking for. I think it varies a lot in terms of, institution to an institution, but I would say that's probably one of the best things about D3 as a coach that I have to offer. I mean, for me, I think a ranking is really valuable in the sense that I don't care if it's the lowest ranking in the history. Just having a ranking basically shows you had enough energy and passion for the game to play enough tournaments to get the darn ranking in the first place. So I mean, I look at that as having the ranking is important, and what that rank is to me is not as important. And I have had players come in with no ranking at all. They were solid high school players. And by the end of their 4 years, I mean, they were playing higher positions than kids that had a ranking all through the juniors. So I kind of like to look at the overall person and not just, hey, you were like 60 in the East, so you're good, you could be on my team. I don't really do it that way. Honestly, I would say the latest is really junior year. I mean, I'm starting to get emails from some sophomores now. Everybody seems to be getting interested earlier and earlier. But I think junior year is a good time to start. Probably, to me, the most important thing is to really educate yourself and do research. For example, don't call up a D3 coach and ask for an athletic scholarship. We don't have them. Know what schools that you may be interested in, have an idea what their majors are. My friend's a coach at Stevens Tech. People email him for nursing majors. They don't have that. So I think educating yourself is the first step. Our admissions department tells us that they like to have a 3.4 or above, and if they're going to submit an SAT, a 1250 or above. I say if they're going to submit an SAT because we're actually one of the few schools that is SAT optional. So we don't require an SAT or an ACT. Every applicant can have the option of sending in a graded paper, which could be a paper from any subject, history, English, from their last 2 years of high school. And they just have to send in that paper and the assignment that generated that paper, and then there's no SAT necessary. So that makes us pretty popular sometimes. Forbes magazine did a ranking not too long ago. I think it was a couple years ago. I saw that we were ranked in the top 100, which is pretty nice to know.